Stephanie. It's
Nice to meet you.
Did you have any trouble getting here or anything?
Nope, it was super easy to find.
And was the staff out there nice?
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Great. So have you ever been to a counseling session before, or?
No, this is my first time.
Okay. Well, I want to explain a couple things before we get started. One of the policies that we have at this agency is that anything that you say to me within the session is confidential. I can't tell your mom or your sister, or your brother, or your teacher, your friends, even if they ask, unless you're going to hurt somebody else or you're going to hurt yourself. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So I just want to get to know you. Like, how did you come to counseling? Do you have any expectations?
Well, I go to school at Southeastern, and a few of my friends told me that they think I should probably get some help, just because I'm missing my family. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm just really stressed out with school, and emotionally, I don't know. They told me I should get some help. I think I'm fine, but...
Okay. So have you lived in New Jersey your whole life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my whole life, and then I came down here, and it was a big shock.
Okay.
Just to be away from my family. I'm super close with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of been acting out maybe a little bit, and that's why my friends wanted me to get some help. But I still think I'm okay.
And when you say, like, acting out, what does that mean?
Going out and partying, which I'm really not supposed to do, or not really doing my homework and staying out late, stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a valid concern. I've heard from plenty of students that come here from all over the United States and they're missing their families, and even kids that live a couple minutes down the road and are staying on campus, they get homesick. It's a normal thing.
That's good to know, because I felt like I was kind of the only one, because a lot of my friends have family that live in Florida, so I kind of felt a little bit isolated. So it's nice to know that I'm not the only one that feels this way.
So, when you talk about your family, do you have brothers, sisters?
I have one sister, and then my mom and my dad.
Okay. And are you close with your mom?
Pretty close. I think we get along really well. Me and my dad kind of have some issues, but with my mom and my sister, we're really close.
Okay. And when you say you have issues with your dad, do you want to elaborate on that, or?
When I was younger, my dad kind of made some mistakes at work where he embezzled a bunch of money, which caused my family to lose a lot of what we had. So we lost our house, my dad lost his job, we had to move a lot because we couldn't afford where we were living, and then my dad had to go through a whole court case and stuff like that, and then he ended up in the hospital for a little while for psychiatric stuff. So I think through the course of that situation, it's kind of hurt my relationship with my dad because I don't really trust him that much anymore.
Okay. Wow. Well, I mean, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. That's not something that, anybody really should have to go through. But it's understandable that you would have trust issues with him. Have you guys tried to mend your relationship, or...
We've talked about, like, the situation that happened, but he never really takes responsibility for what happened, which makes me angry, because I just want him to say, I'm sorry, I, like, messed up, and he never really does that, so it just kind of makes me more angry when we talk about it, so we kind of just avoid the conversation altogether.
And so, have you opened up to your mom or your sister about your feelings toward your dad, or?
Me and my sister don't really talk about anything that's, like, super emotional. Like, we're really close, but we don't get, like, super deep, especially when it comes to the stuff that happened with my family. Like, we don't talk about it ever. And my mom, I don't really talk about it with her either, because when we do, she kind of gets, like, well, if your father didn't do this, then we wouldn't be in this situation, and we'd have this, this, and this. So it kind of, like, feels like she wants us to choose sides. Yeah. So I don't really talk to anyone about it, because I just don't like people to know about the situation that happened.
That's difficult. So do you have a lot of friends here on campus, or are you just, you're kind of new?
I I lived on campus my freshman year, and then my sophomore year I went back home and did online, and then I'm a junior now, so I'm back on campus. So I have friends from my freshman year that I'm still close with, but other than that, it's just kind of those core group of friends and not really anybody else.
Have you opened up to them about how you're feeling about missing home, or even what you're struggling with your relationship with your dad?
No.
Okay. That's something that you wouldn't talk to them about? You don't feel comfortable?
Not that I don't feel comfortable, I just don't like to burden people with my problems, because I feel like I've spent a lot of my life doing that to people. So now I kind of just like to hold it in and just deal with it internally, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes, like, when you hold your feelings back, it can pile up, and then all of a sudden you could just have an outburst of anger. So I'm glad that you've chose to come to counseling and, tell somebody about it so that we can work on it. And I look forward to working with you, over the next couple of weeks, months, years.
Me too, I'm excited.
How often do you want to meet? Do you want to meet every week?
I'd like to do like once a week. I think that would be very helpful.
Okay, and does this time work for you?
Yep.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, I will see you sometime next week. If you go out to the lobby, I'm sure they can schedule your appointment for you.
Thank you so much.